Good morning, you guys. So we are over by Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and we're about 30 minutes outside of Steamboat on some forest land. Found some really nice dispersed camping out here. So yeah, this was a beautiful morning to wake up to. We had quite a bit of a drive last night to get here. It was like 3.5 hours to get here from home. So we didn't get in until pretty much dark, but thankfully we found a campsite right away, so it wasn't really an issue. It's gonna be a beautiful day, I can already tell. So we're gonna be spending our time around Steamboat Springs today, and we're gonna go on just a little waterfall hike this morning, and then we're gonna do a little bit of stuff in Steamboat and then head up to Steamboat Lake State Park. And we're actually gonna camp at the state park tonight because my husband got his fishing license and he wants to try and do some fishing here in Colorado, and Steamboat Lake is supposedly good for fishing, and we're like, well, should we just book a campsite at the state park? So we did. So that's where we're gonna stay tonight. This will be our first like campground experience, so we'll see how we like that. I mean, I like being secluded and out in nature, so we'll see how it goes, so stay tuned for that. We did talk to a local this morning and they were telling us about some bear activity taking place. He got like attacked by a bear a few weeks ago and they had to shut down a campsite area, and then that same bear broke into someone's house here in Steamboat and they ended up having to take him down. It was 450-pound bear, black bear, and it made the front page of the Steamboat paper, so he wasn't lying. Like, he showed us the paper. And so that's kind of interesting. So we're being mindful of bear activity today in Steamboat, so that's exactly why I will never tent, because I'm just way too scared of those things. So truck camper, that's where it's at. So anyways, we got our coffee. We're getting ready to head out here and go enjoy our day around Steamboat Springs. We are in Steamboat Springs. Such a cute little town as we were coming in. Nice drive. So we're doing a quick stop at the Botanical Garden Park here. I always love walking around Botanical Gardens, so I figured they have one. Let's go check it out. The Yampa River Botanical Park is free to visit and open from dawn to dusk from May to October. The park sits at 6,800 feet above sea level and was designed to support both alpine plants and desert plants that were found in the Yampa Valley. These are really pretty botanical gardens. Tons of different like walking paths. I go in and out of all the flowers and trees. And then it's along the river, so there's another walking trail that goes along the river. So definitely check it out if you enjoy gardens and walking paths. So we're at our little waterfall hike. So just right basically outside of town here is Fish Creek Falls, and it's pretty short. It's like maybe half a mile round trip. It is $5 to park here, so there is a entrance booth at the beginning where you pay your $5 and cash basically only. They don't have a credit card machine, so you have to like scan a QR code and do all this stuff if you needed to use a card, so just have cash on you. That's what we did. The walk to Fish Creek Falls is about a 1/4 mile on a paved path for views from the top, and you can also take a gravel path down to the bottom of the river for even more waterfall views, and that's roughly another 1/4 mile. Fish Creek Falls is 280 feet high and open year-round from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. All right, we made it, Fish Creek Falls. It was nice. It was super easy. Everything was well under, I don't know, 3/4 mile maybe. Super short, and because it's right in Steamboat and it's really easy, it's very busy. And it's very touristy, which we knew that obviously coming here, so just heads up. So we're at our next stop. So right in town is Sulphur Springs. We can already smell them. As soon as we opened our truck, I'm like, yeah, that egg smell from sulfur, yeah, it's already happening. There's 7 different springs right in Steamboat Springs. To see all of them, you can do a full walking tour, which is about a mile. We just stopped at 2 of the springs, which was Black Spring and Steamboat Spring.
Not hot.
That's weird. It's cool, not hot. Well, that was cool. Definitely worth a stop to see. Well, we just got to our campsite here at Steamboat Lake State Park. Yeah, we have like a pull-in because that's all they had left basically when we decided we were gonna try a campground just to try it. Yeah, a lot of people. So this is the views from our site. We do have a toilet right there, which is nice. Not that it matters, because I'll still use my toilet probably, but this is our site. Nice to have a picnic table, but again, we have our own table. We do have a pretty view of Hans Peak right there. Check that out. Very nice. And so do all of these people. And it is time to finally eat breakfast.
It's like 2 o'clock.
I know, it's 2 o'clock
ridiculous.
and we haven't even ate. We've just been running around doing our thing, but that's okay. We are definitely learning that just camping is slower pace, you know, making the coffee, doing the things just takes time. So you just kind of slow down, which is not a bad thing. It's not just go, 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 you know, go grab food at a restaurant, go grab coffees or anything. It's like we're doing this to slow down, do everything on our own pace, make our own coffee, not have to go out to eat all the time, you know, that type of thing. And so we're learning the process. Per usual, we're just making our favorite little breakfast scramble here. And I made some juice before we left home with my juicer. And this is kiwis, apples, and celery. So, and we remember to bring our Cholula, so pour it on. Alright, you guys, you're gonna totally laugh at us. So we just wrapped up our breakfast at 2 o'clock. And we decided we're leaving.
Not for us.
Yeah, the campground thing, you know.
They're screaming babies.
Yeah. This is a nice state park, and if you want to camp, I say come here. But if you're like us and you want seclusion, solitude, and not seeing people everywhere, you know, like we literally have people walking like right there. You know. Dispersed Camping is where it's at for us. And we just determined that within an hour. So, I just looked at the map, and there's some forest roads just north of here. So, we're going to go check those out. That's where we're camping. But I do feel like if you're on road tripping or something, and campgrounds would be like a great fit if you don't want to go search for campsites. So, I know when we go to Arizona in November, and then probably California in December, we're probably going to stay at a few campsites because I know there's areas, especially for Arizona, that there wasn't much for like BLM Forest Services, so we did book a few state parks. But we're okay with that because it's kind of like we're road tripping, so it's a little different experience than here living in Colorado and going out to enjoy the mountains in solitude and then staying in a campground. It's not our thing, but I totally get how it can be for many people. That's awesome. Like, this is a beautiful campground, so definitely recommend if you are looking for a campground in Steamboat Springs area. The Steamboat Lake is beautiful. So we are donating our $26 for the night to the state parks of Colorado, and that's a great place to donate $26. So overall, we're happy with it. beautiful. So we drove just up the road to a forest road and found this beautiful aspen grove with mountains over there and right here. Now this is our campsite for the night. Look, you guys, we still have views of Hans Peak there. So last weekend was our very first camping trip in our truck camper, and of course as we were doing this we were figuring things out, but we did pick up a few items that I figured I'd kind of show you guys, just if you're watching and you're getting a truck camper or you're just camping in general and you're looking for ideas, maybe these will help you. So I'll show you what we got inside first and then we will move on out. So one of the things we bought was for our fridge. So we opened this up last weekend. We opened the fridge after just getting done driving. We would sometimes have things fall out here because everything was like on the edge. But we found these little guys for the fridge, and they just screw on and off, and you can like put them however you want. So they're like shelf holders, or I don't know what you want to call these. So we have some up here. This just has some bottles that didn't fit over here. Then we have more of our other containers back here that are secured with these. So those have been awesome. And then another upgrade we did to our bed was get a pillow top mattress cover. So our bed is almost king. It's right between queen and king. And I did have to use king sheets for the bed. The queens were too small. So I ended up buying a king size pillow top mattress topper for the mattress. Oh my gosh, it's so nice and comfortable. So definitely look into that if you're trying to make your bed a little comfier. All right, and next is this cute little noise machine. So we actually have the same one in our house at home, but I didn't realize that you could actually plug this into USB. So it's awesome. We have this noise machine. This helps distract from any noises. Let's say you're parked on the side of a road and there's lots of traffic. There's tons of noises on here, and it just plugs into USB and runs off the batteries. So that's awesome. And we also added an extra CO2 detector. There is one wired right here, but we just felt more comfortable having one more just in case. This is just battery operated, so we can just change it out when we need to with batteries. Another upgrade we did was our tea kettle that I bought at Target. We realized it was kind of hard to use because the tea kettle handle moved when you would pour from it. So went on Amazon, found this cute little tea kettle, and it has a secure handle. It doesn't move around like a normal tea kettle. And it has a thermostat on the top so we know how hot the water is. And I will put all the links in the description if any of this looks interesting to you. So now let's go outside. I don't think I ever shared this, but I got an outdoor rug for when we get in and out of our truck camper. We can kind of like keep our shoes and stuff down there. Now, you're probably wondering where my stairs went. Well, in our last video, I talked about the stairs we bought from eTrailer and how we liked them. We just needed longer ones. So we sent the old steps back, and our new ones haven't came yet. They're supposed to come like Monday or something. We're just using the stair ladder for now to get in and out of the truck until our new stairs come. But yeah, this outdoor rug is nice to have down here just to kind of help keep from tracking dirt in and out of the camper. However, when it rains, then you got a mess because it gets wet. We experienced that last weekend, but if it's not raining, it's great. All right, and the next thing is something my husband picked out. We got our generator. So we looked at a few different generators, and this was the winner for sure.
We were looking at the Predator 3500, but it was so heavy.
Yeah.
Huge.
They were crazy big and heavy.
It's 100 pounds and this one's 47.
Yep, and this can run everything in our truck.
You can run the air conditioner on like low, medium, and it's not bad. Maybe, I didn't try it on high though, but
yeah,
it's fine.
Yep, the microwave, it works great.
And the hair straightener, of course.
Of course, the hair straightener, that was most important.
This is a 2200 max watt, 1800 running watts. It's got two outlets here. It doesn't have the circle RV plug, whatever that's called, but it's just got the two 110s, so you can just convert it down. Choke off. It's got a fuel off too, so I leave it there so the fuel shut off. But so you go like that. Oh, it's a Honda, one pull.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, look how see how quiet that is, you guys. I don't know if you can tell in the vlog, but it's nice and quiet. There, he turned it up.
It's the eco switch.
Yeah, he has an eco switch.
It gets louder when you run the air off.
Yeah, when you're running heavy things like the AC, it obviously gets louder. But yeah, I used it on Eco this morning to straighten my hair, and it was fantastic. Now, when I say I was straightening my hair, I didn't like plug into the generator to straighten my hair. So that generator can light up our entire camper, and I can plug my straightener into all the outlets in our camper when we're off grid. So for what we do now, and we've realized we probably aren't going to stay at a lot of campgrounds, we can just turn this generator on for the little bit I need, and I can straighten my hair with inside sitting at the table, and it's perfect, and it's nice and quiet. But just know, just because this is the generator we got, you have to verify your biggest items in your camper. So it's probably going to be like the air conditioner.
You have to find out how many BTUs your air conditioner unit is and see if it matches up the running watts of the generator.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
like the 2200 is the max, but 1800 is like its safe running zone.
Mm-hmm. It's a 2200 with 1800 running watts. So we looked at our air conditioner to see what their running watts was, and they were only 1600, right?
Yeah, I think it was 16. Yeah,
Yeah.
So we had a couple hundred. Yeah.
So that gives us a little wiggle room in there. So that's why we decided this was plenty for us. We didn't have to go with the big 3000 or 3500.
We don't get a lot of hot days either where we're camping. So
Yeah,
it's not a big
exactly.
deal, so.
In Colorado, when you go into the mountains, it cools down a lot. So we definitely don't need AC running. But if we had to, we have it, and I can straighten my hair now. That's, of course, the most important thing.
Yeah, you didn't need that. Yeah, for sure.
We've ran Honda products pretty much forever and ever.
1982 three-wheeler. Oh,
yeah, he even had a 1982 Honda three-wheeler back in the day. But so yeah, there's a lot of different generators on the market, but you know, Honda's gonna be solid if you're looking for a generator. We bought some leveling blocks because a lot of times in a lot of these dispersed campsites, they're not gonna be super level. We noticed that last weekend when we were camping. There, now our truck sits on these little blocks and the side is level now. These little folding chairs are so comfortable and nice and small, but like not too small. I got these on Amazon too, and I love the color scheme of them. We got this new little table. It's a Camco table, but from Amazon. We can actually adjust the legs on it to set up as like a table if we wanted to like dine out here and have like an actual table setting. And that table collapses down into this little guy. It collapses really small, super easy to put together, and it has a case too. So we love that everything has a case. When we used to go SUV camping, we had chairs that like collapsed down super mini, and they were kind of a pain to put together each time we wanted to use them and take down. But it was perfect because we were literally living out of our SUV when we go camping, so we needed everything super mini. But now we have our truck with a little bit more extra room in it for the garage backseat area, we call it. And so these are nice. They just fold down, and they came with carrying cases. So if they're a little dirty, like the feet or something, we can just put them in their case, and they don't get everything else dirty. So that's perfect. Even that outdoor rug that I bought that I showed you earlier has a case for it. So you fold it up and you can just put it right in the case. So everything stays really clean because it's all cased. Check out the description for those too. That was basically most of the little upgrades we did. I added a few more like command hooks and stuff in there, but we do have a few more things that are waiting to get to our house. They've shipped, but we haven't got them yet. So just stay tuned. I will give you updates in all our videos of the things we add or change in our truck camper. And super good news. My techie here, he fixed my drone. So last weekend I crashed in the tree for the very first time since owning our drone.
It wasn't cheap, but
yeah.
It's fixed.
So, you know,
it's better buying a new one.
Yeah, so a new drone's like $1,000. Basically what got messed up was the gimbal, which is the camera. That's your gimbal. A new gimbal is $350, so it's still not like a cheap part. But yeah, he was able to replace that whole gimbal, but
it was fun. Putting the part in was the easiest part. It was where he had to reconfigure it by plugging it in your computer and running code.
He had to recalibrate the entire thing. He had to run a bunch of Python code from his computer. I walk into his office and the screen is black and green with code everywhere. I'm like,
I wouldn't know how to do it unless there was YouTube videos. So.
Yeah, see, thanks for YouTube. He figured it out. So here's dinner. Homemade tomato soup. And look at these little ham and cheese grilled sandwiches. And the view. I mean, seriously, dinner views like this, I'm all about. Good morning, you guys. So I was up at about 6 o'clock this morning because I wanted to try and get some shots of the sunrise. I did get up and do that, but then I called back in bed with Vince, and we ended up sleeping till almost 8:30. That's not normal for us. But we were just so tired, I guess, and we just ended up sleeping late, and that's okay, you know, it's Sunday. But once we got up, we just made coffee and pretty much packed up and left. We just went right down the road. So we are at Hans Peak Lake, and Vince is fishing for the first time. So that was one thing he wanted to try out here in Colorado, was do some fishing. So I'm literally just sitting here on a tree stump with my coffee. So we'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed, he maybe catches something. But I'm debating if I should go put my swimsuit on and jump in this lake right here, because this is so pretty and it'd be a beautiful morning for a little cool dip. So I went, put my swimsuit on, got my sandals, and it's cold, but I love cold dips, so I think I'm gonna do it. Alright, well, Finch says, fishing, do not catch me with your lure.
I'll try not to.
I just love cold dips. It's so invigorating. Like, I love going into a cold lake. Last weekend, we were over by Grand Lake, and I did that in Grand Lake. This is much colder, though. But it's so nice. Oh, this is beautiful. Beautiful lake. Are you going to join me?
I don't know about that.
He doesn't like these dips as much as I do, but I love a cold alpine lake dip. Oh. We got a Colorado traffic jam here.
He's eating a bag.
Oh my gosh.
Don't eat that bag.
Move. Oh my gosh, this is too funny. Well, they'll maybe move. Alright, we just made breakfast. So we're back at Steamboat Lake State Park and just found like a little pull off here and made breakfast. So right behind us is Steamboat Lake, and it's super windy out. It's like blowing so hard.
Closing that.
Yeah.
Oofda.
I know, it's crazy. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna have breakfast here, but thank you guys for joining us on another truck camping trip, our second trip now. So this has been awesome, right?
Gonna live in this thing.
I know, he's like making all the plans. He's like, all right, we gotta start living out of this thing.
Sell the house.
Sell the house, sell the vehicles, I don't know. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hope this gave you a little bit of recommendations for a steamboat. We're just here for the weekend, so time to head back home, unfortunately. But that's life. So we'll see you guys in the next vlog. Bye guys.